I sat on the edge of my bed, laptop open, fingers hovering over the keyboard. 12 million, I whispered to myself. The numbers didn't mean much to anyone else, but to me, they were freedom. Freedom from the fake smiles, from the petty gossip, from the life I was done living. Emily appeared in the doorway, her silk robe brushing the floor. "You're up early," she said, voice soft but curious. "What are you working on?" I didn't look up. Just checking something. My heart raced. I wasn't ready to tell her the truth. Not yet. Not until I was gone. She walked closer, tilting her head. "You've been secretive lately. I feel like I don't know what's going on with you." I laughed nervously. "You know me, Em. Always busy. Always thinking ahead." Her eyes narrowed slightly. "Are you hiding something from me?" I finally looked at her, trying to mask my tension. "No, nothing like that." Emily crossed her arms, lips pursed. "You're lying." I leaned back, letting a smile ease the tension. "Maybe I'm just protective of my little plans. Nothing personal." She shook her head but didn't push further. "You've always been ambitious. I get that. Just don't shut me out, okay?" "I won't," I said, though my mind raced. I could feel her curiosity like a spider's web, sticky and dangerous. She couldn't know the truth. $12 million hidden. Years of work nobody could trace. I'd built an empire in silence, while pretending to struggle like everyone else. A ping from my phone broke my thoughts. "Alex, you ready for tonight?" "We're picking you up at 8, smiled, relief washing over me. "Yeah, tonight's the night." Emily appeared behind me again, leaning on the doorframe. "Tonight? What night? Just a little farewell dinner," I said. "For me, before I leave?" Her eyes softened. "Leave? Where are you going?" I shrugged, keeping it casual. "Somewhere new. Somewhere I can finally breathe." Her brow furrowed. "New life with me?" I hesitated. Every instinct screamed not to reveal too much. "Maybe, we'll see. Depends on how things go." She stepped closer, voice gentle. "You've always been so secretive. I thought I knew you, but lately." "I don't. You're different." I swallowed hard, heart pounding. "I've changed, but for the better. Trust me, Emily. Everything I'm doing, it's for us." Her lips curved faintly, but doubt lingered in her eyes. "Promise me you won't shut me out completely, I promise." I meant it. Kind of. Not everything needed to be shared, not yet. Alex's text came again. "Everything set?" "Don't chicken out," I chuckled, replying quickly, "all set. Just waiting for the right moment." Emily leaned against the door, arms crossed. "I hope whatever you're planning doesn't destroy us." I met her gaze, feeling a pang of guilt. "It won't. I just need a little space to finish my plan." Her shoulders slumped, but she nodded. "Okay, I'll try not to pry." For now, I exhaled, tension easing slightly. This was it. The night I'd finally disappear, leaving behind the life that had suffocated me. All my careful calculations, every secret, every silent sacrifice, it was about to pay off. And yet, a small voice in my head whispered, "Can you really trust anyone?" Emily smiled faintly and left the room. I watched the door close, the quiet settling around me. My hands returned to the keyboard. The numbers glowed back at me, a silent promise of freedom. And for the first time in years, I allowed myself to feel excitement. I left my laptop on the kitchen counter for just a minute. 1 minute to grab a glass of water. When I came back, Emily was sitting at it, fingers hovering over the keys, eyes scanning the screen. My heart stopped. "Emily, what are you doing?" I asked, trying to keep my voice calm. She jumped, spinning around with a guilty smile. I was just curious," I repeated, walking closer. "Curious about what? My documents? My finances?" Her smile faltered, and I caught the first flicker of fear or maybe excitement in her eyes. "I didn't touch anything important. I just wanted to see what you've been working on." I gritted my teeth, trying not to show my panic. "You opened my accounts. Every single one. You saw the portfolios, the passwords, everything. Emily leaned back, shrugging as if it was nothing. I just wanted to understand you better. Is that a crime? It's betrayal, I said, voice low, trembling. I trusted you, Emily. I trusted you with my life. She frowned. You're overreacting. I only looked because I wanted to know you. I laughed bitterly. Know me? Do you really? Or are you just trying to see where you can get ahead? Her eyes flashed and suddenly she looked defensive. You think I'd steal from you? I don't know what to think anymore, I admitted. I don't know who you are, Emily. I don't know if the woman I love is the same one who sits in front of my laptop pretending to be innocent. She stood, hands on her hips. I didn't do anything. You're imagining things. Stop twisting this into a betrayal. I shook my head, trying to control the storm inside me. No, you don't get to pretend this didn't happen. You saw my hidden accounts. You saw everything I worked for, everything I built, while pretending to live a normal life. And you knew it wasn't yours to see. Her voice softened, pleading now. I was curious. That's all. I didn't mean to hurt you, I just wanted to understand you. I stepped closer, staring into her eyes, trying to read the truth. Something dark flickered there, and my stomach sank. Curiosity doesn't need passwords. Curiosity doesn't need secrets. I've hidden my entire life from everyone. Everyone except you. And now I feel like a fool. Emily took a step back. You're blowing this out of proportion. It's just money. Numbers. You're too serious all the time. Money. Numbers. I snapped. This is my freedom. My future. My life. Do you have any idea what you just did? She crossed her arms, her voice defensive again. I didn't take anything. I just looked. You're acting like I betrayed you? I stared at her, disbelief mixing with anger. You don't get it, do you? Looking at my life the way you did? It's betrayal. And I don't know if I can trust you anymore. A knock on the door startled both of us. Zara, Emily's friend, peeked in. Everything okay? You guys seem tense. Emily smiled at her, hiding the flicker of guilt. Yeah, we're fine. Just a little disagreement. I nodded stiffly, but my mind was racing. Zara didn't notice the tension, but I knew it was there. She could be a witness, a confidant, or someone who'd twist things later. Emily, I said quietly, I need to know, was this just curiosity? Or were you planning something else? Her eyes darted away, and I felt a pit in my stomach. I don't know what you mean, she whispered. I shook my head. Don't lie to me. I can see it in your eyes. You're hiding something. You always have. Emily turned away, running a hand through her hair. I didn't mean for this to happen. I swear. I exhaled slowly, trying to calm myself. I want to believe you, I really do. But right now, I don't know if I can. You opened my life like it was a book, and I don't know what pages you've read or what you might do next. She flinched, guilt flashing across her face. I just wanted to understand you. And now you've destroyed the trust I had in you, I said softly. Do you understand that? Her silence was the answer. I stepped back, trying to process the betrayal. My perfect plan, my escape, my carefully built freedom, it all felt fragile now. I realized something terrifying. I wasn't just vulnerable financially. I was vulnerable emotionally too. And the person I trusted most might be the one to hurt me the worst. I couldn't sleep. My mind kept replaying last night, Emily at my laptop, eyes wide, pretending innocence while reading every secret I'd built. I stared at the ceiling, heart hammering, and whispered to myself, what do I do now? A knock at the door startled me. Come in, I said, though I hadn't expected anyone. Liam stepped in, briefcase in hand. You're up late. Everything okay? Not really, I admitted. Emily. She went through my accounts. Every single one. He raised an eyebrow. Seriously? I nodded. She saw everything. 12 million. Hidden strategies. Passwords. The works. Liam sat beside me. That's a problem? A problem? I repeated. It's a disaster. I trusted her. I trusted her with my life, and she just... I shook my head. I don't even know what she's thinking anymore. She might just be curious, Liam said cautiously. Or she could be planning something. Either way, you need a strategy. I ran a hand through my hair. That's just it. I don't know what to do. Confront her directly, try to forgive her, or protect my assets preemptively? Liam leaned back, thinking, every option has risk. Confronting her could make her defensive. Forgiving her might make her think she can push boundaries. Protecting your assets. That could alert her to your next move. I exhaled slowly, the weight pressing on me. I keep seeing her in the kitchen, smiling like nothing happened but her eyes. I clenched my fists. Her eyes tell me she's testing me, flirting, guilt-tripping, hinting at freedom, at what she wants. She's dangerous, Liam. She doesn't know I know, but I feel it. She's subtle, Liam agreed. You need to be subtler. I can't just pretend, I said, pacing. I can't go back to normal like nothing happened. You don't have to, Liam said, but think strategically. Test her loyalty. Observe. Don't reveal anything yet. Let her show her true colors. Stop staring at him. You mean, act normal while planning. Wait and see. Exactly, he said. You control the game. She doesn't even realize it yet. A knock at the apartment door startled me again. Emily's voice called, cheerful. Hey, you awake? I made coffee. I walked to the door, forcing calm into my voice. Thanks. Didn't expect you up this early, she smiled, brushing her hair back. I figured you could use it. Can't have you stressing alone all night? Stress me? Maybe a little, I said, letting the words roll lightly. Hiding the storm inside. Her eyes lingered on me, soft and probing. You've been distant lately. I thought we were on the same page. Are we not? I shrugged, casual. Depends what you mean by same page. Emily stepped closer, lowering her voice. I just want us to be honest. I want you to trust me. Trust is earned, I said slowly, letting her feel the weight of the words. Right now, it's fragile. She smiled faintly, tilting her head. I can fix that. I'll prove it. I nodded, letting her think she had control. Inside, my mind was racing, calculating. She had no idea I'd already decided. I would test her, watch her, see how far she'd go. Any misstep, and I'd know exactly what she was made of. Later, I called Liam. We need to move cautiously. I want every account checked, every transfer logged. If she tries anything, I'll catch it immediately. Understood, he said. You're thinking smarter than her already. Patience is your ally. I hung up, heart pounding, feeling both adrenaline and dread. Emily had opened my life like a book, but I wouldn't let her read the ending. Not yet. I stared out the window, city lights reflecting in my eyes. I can't trust her fully, but I can control this, I whispered to myself. I'll make the next move, but it'll be my move. Every step, every second. For the first time since she betrayed me, I felt a spark of power. Calm, calculating power. I started noticing the little things immediately. The way Emily lingered over her phone, the way her eyes darted when I mentioned money, the faint smirk when she thought I wasn't watching. I realized I'd been naive at trusting someone who seemed perfect. Hey, I said one evening, leaning against the counter. You're on your phone a lot lately. Emily looked up, feigning innocence. Just scrolling. You know me, can't resist memes? I didn't move. Really? Or are you checking something? Else she laughed lightly. Come on. You're imagining things. I pressed, stepping closer. Am I? Because it doesn't feel imagined when I see your patterns. Her smile faltered, eyes flicking away. Patterns. What are you talking about? I let a pause stretch, letting her fidget. Small stuff. Little habits. You think I don't notice? Emily tilted her head, trying to act playful. You notice everything, huh? Maybe you're paranoid? Paranoid. I scoffed. No. Careful. Calculating. Not the same thing. She glanced at the clock distractedly. You're intense tonight. Intensity keeps me alive, I said softly. Especially when people around me can't be trusted. She froze, her eyes widening for a brief second. That was the moment I had been waiting for. A tiny crack in her facade. Later that week, we attended a dinner at Emily's friend's apartment. Mark, her ex, was there. My stomach tightened when I saw him, but I kept my composure. Emily smiled, chatting casually, but I noticed her subtle glances at him. The way she lingered just a second too long on his words. I leaned toward Liam, who was standing nearby. See that? I whispered. The way she looks at him. He followed my gaze. Careful. Don't let her know you're noticing. I nodded, heart racing. Every laugh, every gesture from her was a potential clue. I could feel my paranoia tightening its grip, but I also felt something else control. I would set traps, subtle ones, and see if she stepped into them. At one point, mentioned casually, loud enough for Emily to hear, I transferred some funds today. Nothing unusual, just testing a security feature. Emily's fork paused midair. Her eyes flicked to mine for just a fraction of a second. Curiosity or greed? I couldn't tell yet. Later, I whispered to Liam. She noticed. That's step one. She'll want to see if it's accessible. Liam nodded. Good. Let her show her true colors without knowing you're watching. Emily leaned closer during dessert. You're acting. Different. Distant. Is something wrong with us? I smiled faintly, careful. Nothing wrong. I'm just thinking. She tilted her head. Thinking about what? About trust, I said softly, and how fragile it can be. Her eyes darted away, and I caught the shadow of guilt or maybe strategy. Fragile, she murmured. Yes, I said. Fragile enough to break if someone isn't careful. Later, Emily stepped aside, speaking to Mark briefly. I overheard only snippets, her laughter, the softness in her tone. Something about it set off alarms in my mind. I scribbled mental notes, minute details that might reveal intent later. Back at home, I confronted her casually. You were laughing with Mark tonight, seems familiar, she shrugged, pretending innocence. We're friends. Just catching up. Friends, I repeated slowly. Just friends who know how to exploit weaknesses? Her eyes flickered. I don't know what you're implying. I leaned closer, lowering my voice. I imply nothing. I observe everything. Your choices, your habits, even the way you think you hide things. I'm paying attention, Emily swallowed. You're overthinking. Stop making this a game. I smiled, letting my eyes linger on her. It's not a game. It's life. And in life, mistakes have consequences. She avoided my gaze and my stomach twisted. Victory, maybe. But there was more to watch. More to test. Every word, every glance, every hesitation mattered. She thought she was in control. Little did she know, I already was. And as I lay awake that night, replaying every moment, every subtle lie and truth, I realized something chilling. Trust was gone, but power was mine. I would let her step into her own mistakes, one by one, and watch her unravel without ever knowing it. I noticed it the moment I checked my accounts. Small transfer. Nothing huge, but enough to make my stomach drop. Someone had accessed my finances without permission. My first thought, emailed you. I didn't hesitate. I dialed her number, heart racing. Emily, we need to talk. Hey, what's wrong? She asked, her voice calm. To calm. Don't play innocent, I snapped. Who else would have touched my accounts? Tell me the truth. There was a pause, a breath, then I just wanted to see if everything was working correctly. I didn't take anything? Working correctly? I repeated, incredulous. You call moving money into hidden wallets, checking if it works? Her voice wavered slightly. It was just a test. I didn't mean anything by it. I ran a hand through my hair, trying to keep control. Emily, this isn't a joke. I trusted you. I let you into my life, into my plans, and now you've crossed a line. I didn't cross a line, she protested. You're overreacting. I laughed bitterly. Overreacting. I've been robbed of my trust. Every careful plan, every secret. You've stepped on it like it was nothing. There was silence. Then she whispered, I just wanted to help. Help. I spat the word, anger and disbelief mixing. You think this is help? This is betrayal. Do you understand what you've done? Her voice broke slightly. I didn't think. Just wanted to feel closer to you. Closer? I repeated, incredulous. By touching my life without permission? By proving you can't be trusted? She flinched. I didn't know it would be such a big deal. I'm sorry. Ran my hands over my face, breathing heavily. Sorry doesn't fix this. Sorry doesn't undo the fact that I can't trust you fully anymore. Not yet. Please, she pleaded. I didn't mean to hurt you. Can't we just— No, I interrupted, my voice cold but shaking inside. We can't just forget. You need to understand how serious this is. Liam's text buzzed on my phone. Breathe. Don't escalate. Watch and wait. I read it, nodded silently to myself. He was right, I couldn't act impulsively. Not now. But the storm inside me raged, threatening to spill. Emily's voice trembled. I thought you'd understand. I thought you'd know it was harmless. Harmless? I scoffed. Do you know what harmless feels like? You just tampered with everything I worked for. Every single step I took to secure my future. And you call that harmless? Her hand shook, and I could see genuine regret flashing in her eyes. I didn't know it mattered that much. It mattered, I said, my voice low, trembling. It mattered more than you'll ever understand. Do you even realize the risk you put us in? She looked down, silent. I could feel her shame, and part of me wanted to reach out, to console her. But another part, the part that had been burned, wanted to retreat, to guard every inch of myself. Emily, I whispered. Softer now. I don't know if I can forgive this. Not yet. But I can promise you one thing. Her head shot up. What? I'll be watching. Every move, every word, every glance. You've shown me what you're capable of, and now I know to expect it. Don't mistake my calm for weakness. She swallowed hard, eyes wide, voice barely audible. I understand, exhaled, forcing control back into my body. Good. Learn from this. Because if you make a mistake again, it won't just be words or fear. You'll see the consequences. And I won't hold back. She nodded, silent. I hung up, heart pounding, anger and heartbreak mingling. I turned to Liam's number, thumb hovering. She's testing me. I typed quickly. What's next? His reply came almost immediately. Watch. Observe. She'll reveal herself. Don't act yet. I leaned back, staring at the wall, replaying every detail of the confrontation. Emily's selfishness, her need to manipulate without thinking. Her fragile attempts at apologiate all solidified a truth I couldn't ignore anymore. Trust was broken, but I wasn't beaten. Not yet. I whispered to myself, voice tight with rage and sorrow. I'll fix this, my way. And when she realizes it, it'll be too late for regrets. I watched Emily carefully, letting her think she still had control. Every smile, every question, every little challenge she threw at me, I absorbed it silently, calculating my next move. Patience was my ally now. Acting too soon would ruin everything. Why are you so quiet lately? She asked one evening, voice sharp but tinged with curiosity. You're avoiding me. I leaned back in my chair, calm on the outside. Quiet? I'm just focused. Focused, she repeated, narrowing her eyes. Focused on what? Your money? Your stupid secrets? I let a faint smile touch my lips. Maybe on the fact that some things aren't meant to be trusted? Her jaw tightened. You think I can't be trusted? After everything? You think I don't remember last week? Said softly, letting the words sink in. You made a choice, Emily. And now I'm watching the consequences unfold. She scoffed, leaning closer. Consequences? You're acting like I'm some kind of villain. You're paranoid, controlling. Do you even realize how ridiculous you sound? I shrugged, casual, but inside I was elated. The trap was working. She had no idea. Her arrogance, her need to manipulate, it was all feeding my plan. Later, Liam called me, voice low. She's escalating. Be careful, she's reckless and she's testing limits. I know, I whispered. That's the point. Let her overreach. Let her show her true colors. You're not worried she'll catch on? He asked. I laughed quietly, almost to myself. She already suspects nothing. I've built contingencies for every step she might take. Let her mistakes write her story. At dinner with friends that week, Emily was sharp, flirty, trying to unsettle me. You're acting different around everyone, she whispered, tilting her head. Are you hiding something from me? I smiled faintly. Hiding? Maybe? But some things aren't yours to see. Her eyes flickered, annoyance creeping in. You're impossible. Can't read you anymore. You've changed. I've had to, I said softly. Life has a way of teaching lessons. Some harsher than others. Emily narrowed her eyes, biting her lip. Lessons. You think this is some kind of game? Don't pretend you're innocent? I leaned back, letting her frustration grow. I'm not pretending. I'm observing. Watching teaches more than speaking ever could. That night, alone in my office, I reviewed my accounts, double-checking every transaction, every access log. Emily's attempt to manipulate my finances had left Tracy small. Almost insignificant, but enough to show me her recklessness. She was arrogant enough to think she could move pieces without consequences. Alex texted me. She's pushing too hard. Be careful, but enjoy the show. I grinned at my phone. I am, and she doesn't even know it. The next morning, Emily cornered me in the kitchen. You're smiling at nothing. What are you hiding? Nothing, I said casually, though my pulse raced. Just enjoying the quiet. She tilted her head. Quiet? You're plotting something. I can feel it. Don't think I don't notice. I let a faint smirk escape. Notice all you want. Sometimes watching is better than doing. Her lips pressed together, and she left the room in a storm of frustration. I felt a mix of satisfaction and guilt. Satisfaction because the plan was working, because her arrogance and impulsiveness were exposing her. Guilt because a small part of me still loved her, still wanted to reach out, but I knew better. Self-reliance was my new foundation. Later, Liam called again. She's getting desperate. It won't be long before she makes a critical mistake. I'm ready, I whispered, voice steady. I've learned from betrayal. I'm stronger now. She doesn't know the half of it. Growing agitation became palpable over the next days. She tried subtle threats, flirtation, even hints of guilt to manipulate me, but I remained calm. I didn't respond with anger or confrontation. I let her move herself into positions where her own mistakes were inevitable. At one point, she whispered in my ear, soft and teasing, You think you're smarter than me, don't you? I smiled faintly, heart steady. Sometimes, but smarter isn't about knowing everything. It's about letting others reveal themselves. You're doing a wonderful job at that. Her face flushed with anger and embarrassment, and I could see the tension in her shoulders. I could feel a small, bittersweet pleasure karma unfolding naturally, without my hand directly striking her. That night, alone, I reflected on the change inside me. Betrayal had hardened me, yes, but it had also taught me discipline, patience, and self-reliance. I was no longer naive, no longer vulnerable. Every emotion, every observation, every small detail was now ammunition for survival and, if needed, revenge. I whispered to the empty room, This is my life, my rules, my fortune, and you, Emily. You're just showing me exactly what I needed to see. And for the first time since the betrayal, I felt control complete, calculated, and undeniable. I watched from my office as the news came through. My alert Emily's little gamble had blown up. A public mistake, small but humiliating. A financial misstep she had thought I wouldn't notice. Her name was tied to it, her arrogance exposed. I leaned back in my chair, heart steady, but a quiet satisfaction coursed through me. She's finally showing her true colors. I murmured almost to myself. Liam's text buzzed. She's panicking. Keep calm. Document everything. I typed back, already on it. Watching her crumble quietly is Satisfying, Emily called later, voice trembling. Please, can we talk? I didn't mean for this to happen. I can fix it, I swear. I let the phone ring for a few seconds before answering, keeping my voice measured. Fix it, Emily. The time for fixes passed. You made your choices, and now you're facing the consequences. I was trying to help. You don't understand, she cried. I understand perfectly, I said softly. I understand the risks you take when you act without permission. I understand the betrayal of trust. I understand the arrogance it takes to think you can manipulate without consequences. Her sobs were audible through the line. Please, I can make it right. Just trust me again. I paused, feeling the old hurt rise for a second, then pushed it down. Trust isn't given lightly, Emily, especially when you've proven you can't be trusted. You'll have to earn it. If you even can. There was silence, heavy and suffocating. Then she whispered, I don't know if I can. I think you've already realized that, I said. Actions have consequences. Words and apologies won't change what's been done. Later, I spoke with Alex over video chat, quiet enough not to alarm Emily if she overheard. She's unraveling, I said, watching her name trending on financial forums. I never thought she'd be this reckless. Alex grinned, shaking his head. You played it perfectly. She dug her own hole and you stayed above it. Patience wins. I know, I said, voice calm, though inside a surge of emotion pulsed. Relief, yes, but also a lingering ache from betrayal. It's strange. Part of me wants to gloat, but I can't, not entirely. There's still heartbreak here. Still traces of the life I thought we'd have. Liam called shortly after, his tone low and satisfied. She's spiraling. Every move she makes now confirms she's exposed. You've done everything right. Don't let her manipulate you emotionally. I won't, I said. I'm done being naive. I've learned too much about trust, about people, about myself. Emily called again, her tone softer now, almost pleading. Can we meet?
Oh, please.
I need to explain in person. I need to make amends. I exhaled slowly, careful. Explain? Emily, there's nothing left to explain. The damage is done. You've made your choices. All you can do now is accept them. No, please. Just give me a chance, she whispered. I shook my head, though she couldn't see. No, not a chance. Not until you understand what trust really costs. And maybe you won't ever fully understand. That's on you. She didn't reply immediately. The silence was almost worse than shouting. Finally, she said, I understand. Good, I said quietly. That's step one, acceptance. The rest is learning if you can. After I hung up, I leaned back, staring at the ceiling. The storm of betrayal had passed, leaving me calmer, stronger. Relief mingled with lingering sadness, but beneath it all, a new sense of control had taken root. I was no longer the same person who had blindly trusted, who had believed love meant forgiveness without caution. Alex texted again. You're not just winning financially. You're winning emotionally, too. She doesn't stand a chance now, I smiled faintly, typing back. I know, and that's what matters. I'm finally free from risk, from heartbreak, from illusion. For the first time in weeks, I felt at peace. Emily's downfall was not just a result of my strategy, but a reflection of her choices. Karma had unfolded naturally, and I had remained above it, careful, calm, and unshaken. I whispered to the empty room, voice steady, resolute. This is what it means to survive. To grow, to rise from betrayal stronger than before. And now, I move forward, unburdened, prepared for whatever comes next. I woke up that morning feeling lighter than I had in months. No more secrets gnawed at me. No more hidden betrayals whispered through shadows. I poured my coffee and checked my accounts one last time. Everything untouched. Everything secure. Freedom felt strange, exhilarating, and terrifying all at once. Alex called, voice bright. Morning, genius. Sleep well? Better than I have in weeks, I said, letting a small smile form. Feels like a weight's been lifted. I bet it does. So, what now? Celebrate or plot the next move. I laughed softly. No plotting anymore. Just living. Learning from what's behind me and enjoying what's ahead. Later, Emily tried reaching out again. Her texts were apologetic, desperate even. Can we talk, please? I know I ruined everything, but I want to make it right. I stared at my phone, thumb hovering over the reply button. Finally, I typed, "It's too late, Emily. There's nothing you can do now. Learn from this." Her response came quickly. "I understand. I hope someday you can forgive me." I didn't reply. Forgiveness wasn't mine to give. Not yet. The lesson wasn't about her redemption. It was about my strength, my survival. I met Liam later at the cafe, his presence calm and steady. "You've come a long way," he said, sipping his coffee. "I'd say this is a victory, but it feels like more than that for you." "It is," I admitted. "It's not just about finances or karma. It's about understanding people, understanding myself, knowing where to draw lines and when to walk away." He nodded. "And Emily?" I shook my head. "She's defeated, regretful, but she doesn't fully understand the cost of her actions. That's her burden. Mine was learning not to let her control me anymore." Alex joined us, grinning. "So, what's next? Bigger investments, bigger risks, or just enjoying life without constant paranoia?" I laughed. "All of the above, but on my terms. No shortcuts, no blind trust. I'm taking control of my life completely." That evening, Emily appeared at my doorstep. She looked fragile, smaller somehow, and I felt a pang of the old emotions. But I didn't falter. "I just wanted to see you," she said softly. "To explain. To apologize in person. I know it won't change anything, but I need to say it." I stepped aside, letting her speak while maintaining distance. "Go ahead," I said calmly. "Speak." I was selfish," she admitted. "I wanted your trust, your fortune, your life, without understanding what it meant to earn it. I made mistakes, huge ones, and I see now that I can't undo them." "I know," I said quietly. "You've seen the consequences firsthand. That's the lesson you needed, whether you like it or not." I never thought it would hurt this much. Not for you, for me, for everything. I ruined us." I studied her, noting the genuine regret, but it didn't change anything. "What's done is done, Emily. You have to live with your choices. I have to live with mine, and I'm stronger now." She nodded, tears glinting in her eyes. "I hope you find happiness. You deserve it." "I will," I said softly. "And so will you. Eventually, if you learn from this." She left after a moment, and I felt a strange mix of relief and sorrow. Part of me mourned what could have been, but a larger part celebrated what I had gained: independence, clarity, and emotional strength. Later that night, I called Liam. "It's over," I said. "She's gone, and I'm finally free." "Good," he replied. "You've earned this. Enjoy it. You're not the same person who started this journey. You've transformed." I smiled, leaning back, thinking of the months of tension, betrayal, and careful observation. Every sleepless night, every conversation, every subtle manipulation had taught me resilience. I was no longer the man who blindly trusted or doubted himself constantly. Alex texted again. "You did it. You survived everything and came out stronger. Proud of you," I typed back. "Thanks. It feels peaceful. Not empty, not vengeful, just mine." I reflected on the lessons learned. Trust must be earned. Vigilance is power, and self-reliance is a shield. Betrayal had been devastating, but it had been a teacher more effective than any mentor, any guide. Sitting on the balcony that night, city lights twinkling below, I whispered to myself, "I'm ready for whatever comes next. Stronger, wiser, and in control. No regrets, only lessons and growth." And for the first time in a long time, I truly believed it. Life could be beautiful again, this time on my terms, unshakable and free.